Hello, friends. Welcome to our new episode, a learning one indeed. How the sessions have been till now. I hope I have been able to add some value to the learning experience, and I would definitely like to see some good resumes in my mailbox who are taking this course. Okay, so let's get started with our today's golden rule. Float your resume everywhere strategically. This rule I have followed personally since the time I was in college and I was trying to get a job. Okay, so the first point to elaborate the rule is do not put a standard CV and use it everywhere. Yes, we have emphasized this particular point multiple times during our workshops that you need to customize your resume every time you apply for a new company, for a new sector or an industry. Have multiple versions of your own resume. I gave an example in the previous episode that I personally had 14 different versions of my own resume. Having one more particular point which one of the students came across, 14 different version does not mean that the content was very different. Only 3 to 4 points of the resume wherein I tried to match what my current skill sets and how they are related and relevant to the job description. Playing with the objective, playing with the skill sets, writing the right kind of a keywords. These all are the points when I talk about having multiple versions of your resume. Customize the CV as per the job description. We understood how different companies have different set of job descriptions and requirements. Do not forget to actually customize as per their requirement. Now, floating a resume and floating it strategically, there is a thin line of difference between the two. Floating it everywhere means whoever you meet, you are talking to them about job and sending a job's resume to them. Not needed. Understand who all are your valuable contacts, who can actually land you a job or connect you to the HRs or the decision makers of the company. Those are your valuable contacts to whom you should start sharing your resume. Churn out your own contact book, your Facebook contacts, your LinkedIn contacts. These will actually help you identify the right kind of a contact to whom you should actually send your resume. And yes, do not at all hesitate to follow up for the same. Most important point, before you send and click the send button in your email, your WhatsApp, anywhere, any medium you're sending the resume to, read the CV yourself, read it multiple times before you prepare and send the CV to the concerned person. Small mistakes like probably Mr. to Mrs., addressing, salutation, or the job description, the details of the resume, small spelling mistakes might cost you a job. This is a case where probably a person was trying to, you know, print a resume in the office, and that is what the result is. Smartly said, what do you think of my resume? How does it look? Okay, let us come to the frequently asked questions, the questions which I have received from my candidates over the years. I have tried to compile them and make it visible for you guys. Okay, so let's get started with the FAQs. Okay, one important point about the font, though I have already discussed in my previous workshops, again I would like to re-emphasize maximum 3 fonts should be used. If you use 2, that is the best. When I talk about the fonts, you shall not skip and use multiple font sizes too. Maximum 3 font sizes, and try to maintain a uniformity with one format of the resume, be it Arial or Calibri, Verdana, whatever you use. You need to have decent combination. One of the combination might be 11, 13, 15 or 12, 14 as previously specified. Okay. Okay, this next question comes, how recruiters view any resume? Guys, be very clear, coming from the Google experts too. They review the resume top down and left to right. Again, I am repeating, top down and left to right. What shall we put in summary or objective? This question comes from 90% of the candidates who are building their resume. Guys, your cover letter for those who are having less than 5 years of experience play the same role as mentioning the summary or objective. So if you are not able to figure out what to write, you can skip summary or objective. Be very, very specific and tailor made, even if you specify the summary or objective in your resume. Again, for the lesser experience guys, I have already specified cover letter would serve the purpose. Kindly do not skip the cover letter, that is the must. How to put the education? Guys, when we were discussing about the chronology and also the combination types of resume, we discussed the meaning of chronology. Chronology mostly starts with latest education and drills down to the descending order to your first education. Say if I am a chartered accountant, I need to for my resume, I will first write chartered accountancy, then BCom honors chartered accountancy in 2012, then BCom honors St. Xavier's 7 to 10, then higher secondary, then the 10th education. Month and year to be mentioned only for the qualification within 1 year. As if you must have noticed, I did not mention in which month I cleared my chartered accountancy. I specified 2012 only. The month shall only be specified if the educational qualification is very, very latest or recent. Mostly falls within 1 year of bracket. If it does not fall within 1 year, the month hardly matters. Shall we follow any standard format? Actually, I would say, the standard format should be followed only when it comes to the campus resumes, because the campus heads or the TPOs specify that you need to follow a standard format. However, having said that, you should not tamper with your own template. As in, you should not play too much with the fonts. You should not play too much with the sizes of the font, etc. Every CV should be unique. As I've already told, the CV is the first impression. The CV actually tells you how you look like. Okay, your impression comes with the CV itself, so it has to be unique. Can we put the additional online courses? Do not mention all the courses, guys. If you have done 20 courses, do not mention all the courses. Kindly read the job description carefully and only the relevant ones which you feel that matches the qualification and the requirement, do mention those. Preferably, we mention the courses below the education. Below the education. Okay. Shall we mention details of internship? Of course, you should mention the internship details. Again, the relevance is the keyword out here. You should read the job description and the requirements sent by the recruiter or the company, and then only you should specify the internship. Say, for example, somebody is applying for a marketing role. Then, if they have done some campus ambassadorships or probably an internship relevant to the marketing, they actually earn brownie points. Okay. How shall we put our work experience? Guys, be very crisp and meaningful while specifying the work experience. The work experience should not be a long paragraph. Kindly put the details of roles and responsibility, but in a very crisp manner. Highlight those points which have created an impact, your responsibilities which have added value to the organization. That is something which you should specify in the work experience. Okay. Something like, if I talk about, if somebody wants to mention a project, a design, or the artwork, please do not clutter your work experience. Try and attach a link, or write that okay, my attachment is separate, it is appended with the resume, then probably add one more page with your artwork itself. Okay, I'll give you some example of the impact I was talking about by mentioning the work experience detail. 20% increase in the monthly revenue achieved through 2000 calls by my sales team. How powerful and impactful this particular statement is. If you'll read that carefully, it actually sort of mentioned three things. One is the revenue increase that is done by the team. Second is the efforts, 2000 calls done by the team. Third is the team leader capacity by my sales team. Okay, so these are the three things clearly highlighted in the very short and a crisp manner. Okay, another example, learned Google Ads, created sales funnel, optimized the company revenue by 35% increase through right lead generation. Again, you hear and read these terms once more. Learned Google Ads. So they show they acquired these skills during the phase, the work phase itself, created the sales funnel, and then optimized the revenue of the company. See, honestly speaking, all the companies inherently require their candidates or their employees to generate revenue from day one. So a very clear way of highlighting what you can do for the company. Shall we put our picture? No, guys, the picture is not needed till the client specifically asks for it. Even if you are putting the image, keep it very, very professional. Do not come up with your WhatsApp DPs, which are unprofessional. Please keep it highly professional, guys. How to mention the achievements? Guys, strictly avoid the cliche lines like I came first in a rat race or a lemon and spoon race. Please quantify the value of your achievement. What kind of a level of competition you applied for, whether it was a school competition, a regional, or a national, so that the recruiter can ascertain and quantify the level of competition. I'll give you one small example which I have been using. Won the first prize in the storytelling competition at departmental or campus level with more than 26 teams at St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. So clearly, I won the first prize. It also defines what level of competition was and where I actually won it. How to put the languages? Guys, put only the languages which are uncommon. Do not try and write in Hindi, okay? And also mention the languages. I get actually many requirements from my clients, which say a client from Bangalore specifies Kannada language is required. There probably these play a very integral part. Do mention every kind of a language, also the level of those languages, if at all that is possible. Shall we put the details like date of birth, contact number, emails? Guys, for the jobs like when we get requirements for sales, people or the company's recruiters definitely have an age bracket. So yes, I would say date of birth is required. The contact number, the email is certainly a part of your personal details. Please do not skip that. Otherwise, how will a recruiter approach you guys? Okay, one more very important point. People tend to have funny email addresses like rocks, love, etc. Say Gaurav rocks at gmail.com, Gaurav love. Avoid having these cheesy words in your email address. This, I would say certainly creates a small impact, but yes, it stays there. Okay, so try and keep it very professional. Shall we add colors to the CV? Guys, do not make your CV multicolored. Preferably keep it a black and white. There are certain exceptional cases where you need to show your design and the skills itself. Say people from arts, designing background, a graphic designer, people like that, for them, the exceptions might be accepted. But yes, for the normal cases, avoid a multicolored resume. These are some of the tricks hopefully you apply, and you can be as happy as the little kid in the picture. Hope you like the session, guys. Thank you.